Hello there, welcome to new video in Software Engineering Unit 5. Today we are going to see something strategic approach of software testing and strategic issues. What are they? First of all, what is testing? Testing is done to find an error before it is delivered to software to end users, correct? Ensuring it meets the required specification, or testing is a process of exercising a program with specify intended to find an error prior it is delivered. The same part. Testing in there is done to find an error before it is delivered. It is performed to verify that it completed software package functions according to our expectations, and it has to give according to the user requirement. And in that process, if you find an error, please do the needful. What is testing objective? Testing objective is to uncover errors. It is provided by software. Product meet a set of pre-established acceptance criteria under the set of environment circumstances. Uncover error, ensure to meet the product acceptance criteria, and verify the requirement, design, and coding of the correctness. Requirement specification should be correct. Design and coding should be correctly response to the requirement. So it is done that what the customer has given the requirement, we are going to do on this one. What the customer has required the quality, we are going to deliver that. What the customer has done the designing part, we are going to deliver it. So what is testing? We have got identify the error. How do you? By requirement confirmation, what is the performance and indication for the quality, correct? What testing shows? Requirement confirmation, what is that correct? Is the performance has been done, and adequate qualities. So in order to do test, it give you all the performance criteria. Identify the error, ensure requirement, conference, assessment performance, and indicate qualities. These are the things that test shows. Who tests the software? Developer will not do it. Develop understand the system, but test gently, and its drive delivery. Whereas independent tester must learn about the system, but will attempt to break it into and drive its quality. Here, independent will do by quality. Here, it will give you what is the output. So tester will do based on the quality, where independent what quality we are going to do it. Strategic approach for testing, general criteria for testing strategies, formal technical review, correct? Should team conduct a formal test began at the component level, means each component to work onwards towards integration at a component level and words towards combining the part. If I have got one component, test this one, then add one more component, then test this one, then add one more component, like this. Integrate entire component based system. Different techniques are appropriate to approach. Testing is conducted by the developer of the software and the large part, and independent test group. By the developer and independent group, correct? And testing and debugging are different activities, but debugging must be accommodated in any test strategies. There are different strategies, we will look into that one. Verification and validation, or we call V and V. Please do remember, it is called verification and validation. Software test is a part of broader group of activities called verification and validation that involves software quality ensure. Verification or algorithm coded correctly. The set of activity that ensure the software correctly implement the specific function. It is given by specific function, correct? Whereas validation, set of activity ensure the software that has built is traceable in accordance to the requirement. Verification ensure or build the product right, whereas validation check the software meets the requirement. It give you required output, and this is validation will check the software meet the requirement. It has done according to the quality of the software. So do remember V and V, validation and verification. Testing strategies, we begin by testing in small and move to test in large. For convenience software, the model is our initial process focus, then integrate model. For audible concept or oops concept, our forcing testing in a small change from individual model and from emphasize on attributes, operation and complications and collaborations. Right? Software testing strategies are like this. In abstract concept, we have got code, design, requirement, and engineering. Narrow banded, we have got test, integration, validation, system testing. These are the very important concept of testing, correct? Unit testing, a specific exercise specific path of component, control structures to ensure that it completely covers the maximum error detection. Components are assembled and integrated. It gives you the flow of information, each component, how it is going to do it. Integration testing focus on input and output and how well the component fit work together. Integration means input and output. Here, control flow. Correct. Validation provide the assurance the software meets all functional behavior and performance requirement. Correct. Validation. And what about system day? Verify the system element. Software, hardware, people, database must combine properly and overall system functional behavior will be done. Correct. Do remember they will ask you about unit testing and integrate testing. Differentiate between unit testing and integrate testing. Strategic issues. Now, what are the strategic issues? We are doing it successfully. Software testing is specified that the product requirement is countable manner. State testing objectively. Understand the user software development. What is there? Develop a rapid cycle plan, testing plans. Rapidly, if you emphasize, do it. Build robust software that design the test itself. Use effectively techniques. Guideline for successful testing. Specify, quantify requirement, state objective, understand the user, plan a rapid testing, build a robust software, and continuous evolution. Means you specify a cycle which can be do rapidly or a robustic. When you design a software, it will test itself there itself and it give you one. And you have to technical review, filter for prior for testing. You have to do all those parts. Then testing strategies for conveniential software, test cases, model to be tested. Test cases, result. Engineer, model to be tested. Correct? And these are the test cases. Unit testing, it refers the process of testing a small unit of software design. Focus on testing and software model. Consent or internal process logic and data. It simplifies what model is designed with high cohesion. You know what you mean by cohesive. Cohesive. Reduce the number of test cases. Allow the error to more easily predicted. Concentrate on critical modeling of high cyclomatic complexity. We will be seeing that one. Test are the major concept of unit testing is test the small part of software design with a focus on internal processing. Correct? Example like this one. Interface. A model is there. What is the interface? What is local database structure? Boundary condition, independent path, error handling. This is unit test and small model is available. Based on that one, we are going to go test cases. Model interface ensure that information flow properly into and out loop. Local data structure temporarily maintain its integrity during all steps. It follows all integrities. Boundary ensure that model properly boundary values. Establish time limit restriction. Independent path ensure that all statement modules have executed at least once. Ensure that all algorithm responds properly. This is unit testing. Integrated testing define the system, technical and construction of the software. Software architecture. While sometime conducted tests uncover error associated with interface. Majorly it uses with interface. Object to take until test modules and build program structure based on designing. And it is divided into two parts. What is that? Non-incremental testing and incremental testing. So integrated testing is divided into non-incremental test, integrated testing and incremental testing. Non-incremental testing strategies commonly called as big bang approach. Approach where all components are combined together and test for a whole, often load for coarse and complex. Non-incremental regression means whole system is been combined together and they will do the testing. Entire product are test for whole. Mainly simulation, unrelated errors are encountered. Correction is difficult because isolation of cause complications. So once the set of errors are corrected, more error occur. Test appears. Non-incremental is not suitable, but whole system is taken into account and tested. Whereas incremental testing strategies are of four type or five types: top down, bottom up, sandwich, regressive testing, and smoke testing. These are the paths. The program is constructed to all test in small incremented error are easy to isolate or done on a small basis. Correct? Do remember this one. Then top down approach. This is one top down. You are starting from top. Model start. And we use stubs. What do you mean by stubs? Stubs are developed by software developed to use them in place of model if the respective models aren't developed. If this model is developed, missing for developed step, simulation model will be used here. A simulation model will be used based on that one. Correct? Stubs are nothing but if the model is not completed or completed, a simulation model should be available for this. Step simulation model with all capabilities, all unavailable model will be available. So remember, what is stub is nothing but a simulation model which has same function of the model. So it start from top and it will go to the model. Stubs are placed at time of depth first search. Okay, new model are integrated and some subset are retest again. So top down integration comes up. So we are here at top down. We will see all those one. Top down integration is moving downstairs through control hierarchy beginning at the main model. Correct? There are two models we are going to see: depth first search, breadth first search. Where breadth first search we go at level wise. Correct? We go at level wise. So first this, then this, then this. Whereas breadth first search, if we go like this, we have to go like this. Means first it will come here, then it will come here, then it will go back and it will take back, then it will go back, then it will take this one. Correct? This is depth first search. So step to top down main control model are used for drivers. We will see in our next slides what you mean by drivers. And step simulations. Depending upon the integration approach, depending upon the integration path, we will be using depth first search or breadth first search. Tests are conducted at each component and it is integrated. Tests are conducted at this point and integrated. Tests are conducted and integrated. Tests are conducted at this part and integrated. So all together, then this is conducted. Then test is conducted on this one, then integrated. First, it will conduct all this one. Then this part is tested and integrated. This part is tested and integrated. So this is how it works. Component of integration. Step top-down integration using main control model of test drive, replacing the step actual component. Correct? This is the concept of this. Regression testing are conducted to ensure new errors have not been introduced. So there is a difference between stubs and drivers. Stubs are used in top-down approach, whereas drivers are used in bottom-up approach. Stubs are used for simulation. Stubs are basically known as call program, are used for top-down integration, while drivers are calling program and used for bottom-up for integration testing. Here, known as called program, calling program. The difference is called program, that is simulation. Here, calling a program. Steps are similar to model of software or under development process, while driver are used to evoke the component that needed to be tested. Calling, drivers are used for calling. If you have a printer, you install a driver, then only you can use. Means driver is used to call the printer, whereas here it is simulation. Correct? This is the part of difference. The difference between steps and drivers. Top-down integration advantage. This approach verify major control decision point early test cases. Steps are to be created at the substitute model that have not been built or tested yet. These are the disadvantage. Because steps are used to replace lower level model, no significant data flow of information are not available. Then we have got bottom up approach. Drivers are replaced. Do remember, drivers are replaced to evoke. First we'll go from this part. We will do this part, then driver is used to use this part. work model or group to build integration. And what is the concept we call? It's called cluster. So integration test started at the most atomic model of control hierarchy. It starts from the bottom. Low level components are combined into cluster and perform specific software subfunctions. A driver is written to coordinate test input and output, and cluster is tested. Drivers are removed and cluster are combined, moving upward for a program. Correct? Moving upward to the program as the diagram shows up here. Disadvantages: the approach verify low level data processing, early test processes. Driver need to build to test the lower level model. This code is later discarded. Once it is done, it is discarded. And drivers inherently do not contain the complete algorithm. These are the major. The disadvantage is bottom approach is drivers, whereas disadvantage of top down approach is stubs. Correct? Do remember this part. Then sandwich testing. Sandwich testing is nothing but combining both. Combining both top and bottom. This is top, this is bottom. Correct? Sandwich approach consists of both top-down and bottom-up integration. Occur both highest level or also lowest level. Procedure use functional group model for each group completed. Here, high and low level are grouped based on the control and data processing to provide a specific function feature. Integration with the group programs or alternative steps are used. The both when integration certain function groups are completed, integration test move to the next level. This is the part required a discipline approach so that integration does not tend to big bang scenario where all the process are being correct. Regressive testing: each new addition or change of baseline software may cause problem functional. Regression testing is re-executing a small part subset of the test already been conducted. Ensure change have not propagate any side effect. Means if I have done a test here, I told you up this case, correct? This is the case which I told you. A test is this. First, let me change the color of this one. If I have done a test with this one, then again I'll add this one. Third case, I'll all together. Then I'll add this case with this one. Then I'll add all together. Means ensuring a test is going on again and again so that it is not being proper small subset so that there is no side effect on this one. Help to ensure change do not introduce any behavior of this, mainly done manually or through automatic capture playback tools. Correct? Regression test suite contain three different classes of test cases. A representative simple of test will be executed at all software levels. Correct? This is a major part of regression testing. Correct? Here re-execute a small past and everything process. Then comes smoke testing. What do you mean by smoke testing? A simple way is that suddenly your software gets stopped, and that is on highest priority. You have to do that test cases. That is called a smoke testing. Taking a word from the hardware. Power is applied, a technical check the spark, smoke or other dynamic signal. Any spark comes, smoke comes or other dynamic signs of fundamental failure. So this is part. Design the pacing mechanism, time critical project. Allow the software team to assess the project at frequent basis. Correct? The software is complete and linked to build. A series of Brit tests is designed to expose error that will build from properly performing it. Means you're giving some current, you're giving everything to perform this task. A goal is to uncover any showstopper. Showstopper. Any showstopper to ensure that highest level of priority. So we give this something about smoke or any other things, any environment that has been tested, and once it is that showstopper is used. What do you mean by showstopper? It is on the highest priority and you have to do it at the same time. That error has to be completed at that time. Throwing a software behind schedule. Error has been highest likelihood of throwing the software backward and you have to perform that. To build the integrated in our build, the entire product is a smoke test daily. So you have to do daily. Daily testing gives manager and participant realistic approach. Conduct preliminary test to check major error, showstopper that could delay the project, and it may be from software and it may be on a hardware. So it may have to do smoke testing daily regularly, and if that occur, that is on the highest priority you have to solve. It may be start with hardware, that's smoke and other, and then other one software which is not working properly. If we integrate it, then this part is used. The benefit of smoke testing is integrated risk is minimized because you are using daily testing uncover risk, quality of end product is improved, error diagnosed correctly and simplified, progress easy to access. These are the very important part of that. I hope I will cover many part. Thank you very much.